Hi everyone, my name is Ali Dixon. I'm a member of Trinity's Counseling and Enrichment Committee and a licensed professional counselor here in Atlanta. I specialize in working with adults experiencing anxiety, trauma, and life transitions. Today I want to talk to you about self-care. There are many components to self-care. I like to break it down into mind, body, and spirit. Essentially, these are the things that make up our internal experience and influence how we cope with and react to what is happening in the world around us. Focusing on our internal experience is always important, but even more so in 2020, because we all have come up against so many external factors that are out of our control. Making a choice to take care of yourself in even one of the ways that I'm going to share with you today is a step towards regaining a sense of stability and peace during the pandemic. I'm going to give you my top self-care tips for each category: mind, body, and spirit. So let's start with body. If we aren't taking care of ourselves physically, it can be very difficult to even begin to focus on mind or spirit. Body-focused self-care may be the most obvious to us. It includes adequate sleep, being mindful of eating habits, and incorporating daily movement. There's no one-size-fits-all to this. Your top 3 body tips are: 1, adding extra water intake into your day. Research shows that even mild dehydration can lead to anxiety. 2, sleep hygiene. Turn off the news, social media, and all screens at least 30 minutes before bedtime to allow your body to begin making melatonin, which is the sleepy chemical, and the mind to prepare for sleep. 3, get creative with how you define movement. Walk, stretch, dance, play with your kids. It all counts. Next is mind. When I say mind, what I really mean is being aware of your internal emotional experience. There are countless techniques that can be used to promote emotional awareness and a sense of calm. So my first tip, use your breath. Your breath is the remote control for your brain and your nervous system. Intentional breathing regulates our emotions by engaging the parasympathetic nervous system and turning on the calm response. So try breathing in for 3 counts, holding for 1 count, and breathing out for 4 counts. Repeat this for a few rounds and notice how your body responds. Next is mindfulness. The basic concept of mindfulness boils down to one phrase: be here now. Our minds constantly drift to concerns rooted in the future or the past. This is normal, but if it happens too often, we can find ourselves down the rabbit hole of anxiety or even depression. Through mindfulness, we can train our brains to be in the present more often. And research shows that this brings us a greater sense of peace and joy. If you want to try guided mindfulness, there are some great apps for you to use, including Calm, Insight Timer, and Soul Space. And number 3, name it to tame it. When you feel distressed, take a moment to ask yourself what emotion you are really feeling. Sad, angry, scared, happy, surprised. Giving a name to that emotion helps us to untangle the web of anxiety that is oftentimes knotted up inside our heads. Naming our emotions can reduce distress, increase emotional intelligence, and help us understand what truly needs to be addressed in that moment. And finally, we have spirit. As Christians, we can feel comforted in knowing that God is always with us. However, as we know, in the busy and overwhelming days, we can easily be swept away from God's comfort and forget to ask for His guidance. Spiritual self-care involves finding ways to nurture your relationship with God. So your top tips: 1, start a daily devotional. 2, recommit yourself to daily or weekly prayer. And bonus points if your prayer includes gratitude. Research shows that gratitude causes our brain to release serotonin and dopamine, which are the feel-good emotions. 3, write down a favorite Bible verse and put it in a highly visible place in your home. Mine's on my computer background. That way, every day when I open my computer and get ready for work, I'm reminded that God is at the center of my day. So I have a call to action for you. I encourage you to choose one component of self-care, one of these tips that I've mentioned, and focus on it this week. See if you can notice a shift that occurs from taking control of your internal experience and taking care of yourself. Give yourself the gift of working towards a more peaceful and centered you. Have a great week.